Softly, as if I play piano in the dark, found a way to channel my anger not to embark. The world's a stage and everybody got to play their part. Softly, as if I play piano in the dark, found a way to channel my anger not to embark. The world's a stage and everybody got to play their part. The world's a stage and everybody got to play their part. Andre 3000. We just critically thinking. That's it. We live on the same planet, but in two different worlds. I'm entitled to my opinion. Alright, I'll do the official intro later, but this is Same Planet, Different World. This is your host, Chevy Lee. I got a very special guest here. This is somebody that I met in I don't know, man. I don't want to say we became like instant friends, but there's somebody that I met and fucking there was like an instant connection. There was something there where I felt like we was meant to meet each other. Cause like if you would see us, this is not a combination you would think you would see together. Like the semi-street black dude and this nerdy looking golf dad looking dude. Like you wouldn't expect this. You know what I mean? This German dude. You know, you wouldn't expect a German and a Negro to be hanging out together. But I got my guy Brian in the house. Brian, you go ahead and say hello to the people if you want.
Oh, it's good to be here, man.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to this. Mainly just because I like to hear myself talk, and if you're recording it makes me feel important.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. It's supposed to, though. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, man. And this shit is therapeutic for me, bro. Like, this is like...
No, absolutely.
Most of the time, it's just me talking to myself, and it makes me feel like a narcissist when I just record myself talking, unless I'm recording music.
Okay.
But, like, the whole premise for the show is the conversations me and you used to have. Like, where it's just two people from two different fucking... We on the same planet, but we live in two different worlds. But we got these commonalities, we got these even differences, but they don't have to be a point of contention. We can talk about this shit.
Yeah.
Like I can learn something from you, you can learn something from me. We can fucking debate shit, however it goes down. But that's how we always talk.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I got the idea from, is me and your conversations. Even fucking Brad, even though me and him ain't really that cool. But you know, just like a lot of the conversations I used to have with people that I didn't expect to have. Okay. Even Kayola, like it was like, shit, this would be dope.
Kayola's cool, dude.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot, bro. But yeah, former co-worker, still friend. Haven't seen my guy in a while, so we're gonna fucking get to it, Brian. How you doing, bro? I know I just asked you that before we started recording, but I'll ask you again.
Oh, that's all right. So it's official. This show we're on the official
thing. Yeah, we going, man.
Okay. Yeah, man. Well, when's the last time that we even saw? Like, even talk? Was it when we were working together?
Yeah. Or? So that's 2017, 18, 2018. Bro, you know I don't keep track of time because I don't believe in this Gregorian calendar. So, like, my sense of time, I really have to look and see what day it is. Like, and then I'm working this third shift, so I'm, like, in a tunnel most of the time. Okay. So, like, my days bleed together. Like, this shit don't exist for me, bro. Like, I haven't used an alarm, and I don't know how fucking long, even though I got one set just to wake me up at night. That way I won't miss work, but I don't know. It's been a while, bro. It's been too long, bro. Okay. Let's get fucking... Cause I hate having like a premise, you know what I mean? I want to just be like a natural conversation, but when the mic's on, you automatically get a little self-conscious and start thinking of stuff. Let's start with, the COVID-19, bro.
Oh, you're okay. You want to
I want to ask you, we just gonna jump in the deep end and then we'll swim we'll doggy paddle out of it after a while. What do you think about it? First of all, just overall in general, where do you think it started? Do you think it's like man-made, or do you think it's, somebody ate a bad bat, like the movie Contagion, or like, you know what I mean? Whatever the narrative is that they're trying to push, like what are your thoughts on the origins of it?
Okay, well, I think it's definitely man-made.
Okay.
I don't think there's any question to that, at least in my head. Now, I think it was released in China. Did the Chinese...
Wuhan, something like that?
Yeah, Wuhan, Hubei.
Yeah.
Well, Wuhan's the city, Hubei's the province.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, nobody knows anything. Like, you don't know the sun's really a big ball of gas unless you've been there, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know where this really came from, but the people that I trust, the sources that I would say, this guy's probably right.
Yeah. Or he doesn't have an agenda. He's just spitting his perception and his truth.
Right. Yeah. The information and his sources he got would be that it came from North Carolina.
I can see that.
Not that a bunch of rednecks were sitting there going, hey,
I know shit. Billy Bob and friends was like,
we just have to make something. Let's take this to China. We can make millions. But no, I and then supposedly it ended up going to Wuhan and
From North Carolina to Wuhan and then back. I'm just following your train of thought, right?
Right. I mean, okay, because the China.
I don't want you to like try to tell me like reinterpret facts. Like I want you to give me your honest opinion.
Okay.
Because I know you mean you got similar thoughts, but we do disagree on things.
Well, there's just different layers of the conspiracy.
Okay,
you know
my
what
bad.
I mean?
Yeah,
so
I
it's
didn't mean to
like,
cut you
well,
off.
okay, how deep does
Yeah, you get as deep as you need to, bro. You know how I think, man. Like my brain is super weird. Like,
all right, well, yeah. So I somehow, I mean, whether the Chinese, so they do have that laboratory there. Was it somebody in America, some Americans and the Chinese working together? They had some secret plot. In my opinion,
that's possible.
The timing is just too convenient.
Yes,
You know,
I said the same thing, bro. I said the same thing.
It wasn't an accident.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, have you heard of the Penbright Institute? That's owned by Bill and Melinda Gates, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Or they maybe not the owners, but they got a large stake in it for the most part.
Okay.
And they have a patent on the coronavirus. This Penbright Institute. So, like, seeing that and learning that, I was like, okay, now I know for a fact. Like, I already thought that it was some man-made shit. Because I swear every few seasons, and when I say seasons, I mean like years. I'm trying not to think in these human times, all the shit that keeps us condensed and limited. I try to expand and just let it flow.
Can you get a patent on water?
Somebody does have a patent on water. You know what I mean? Somebody does. There's a few places. But I believe, like, because you remember the fucking Ebola scare. Then we had the fucking swine flu. Then you had the avian. I swear,
SARS,
like, every few seasons, the SARS is something else. And then this is the one where I feel like, okay, we had all these other, like, promotional. We had all these other little tests.
Yeah,
now we about to pull the trigger on this one. Like, we perfected this one. We've got these people thinking exactly how we want them to think. We've trained them to the point where we can tell them to do whatever. And they're going to fucking do it. Because my perspective on it, bro, like, they say it started in Wuhan, China. Have you seen that movie Contagion that came out in 2011? Bro, it's damn near exactly like this official narrative that's getting pushed.
Oh, wow.
Gwyneth Paltrow goes to China. I forgot which exact part of China, but some little small place in China. She fucking goes and eats this pork. But it was a bat that bit something, a bit of banana, and dropped it in the pig pen, and the pigs ate it. So then that's how it got into the pigs and made it to the humans, and she comes back to the States and it just goes from there. Because, like, even when this started, I was like, okay, so how did it come from China and then just land everywhere at once? It didn't, like, land in New York and then spread out like that. It's like, okay, somebody came back over here. It was in New York. Oh, it's in Florida, too. Oh, it's in California. Oh, it's in Colorado. Oh, it's here. It's here. It was just everywhere all at once. You know what I mean? So, I'm like, that sounds to me like it wasn't a natural spread. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I mean, but then you also have they say what's the word, where it's not all the coronavirus.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're just saying,
they're diagnosing that
you're coughing, you got the virus.
I seen that too, bro.
Yeah.
I seen that too.
So...
and they're attributing a lot of deaths to it just to spike the numbers
right.
and make that death toll.
Fear porn.
Because I do believe that it's man-made, to answer my own question from earlier.
Okay.
Like, there's no doubt in my mind, bro. Especially when I see that the CDC holds a patent on a version of it. The Penbright Institute holds a patent on whatever this official version is. And the stuff that it does to people that they say it does, that seems very designed.
Yeah.
It's like, no matter what you're doing, it's going to fuck you up. Like, it affects black people more. Oh, it affects elders more. Oh, it affects this more. And it's like, who are you targeting? You know what I mean? But I do know, I do believe in population control. Do you believe in population control?
Believe in it?
Yeah.
Well,
do you believe like that's something that's
no, I don't think the world is even overpopulated.
Me neither.
I think that's
me neither, bro. Damn it. I gotta find something we can argue about. Because I don't either, bro. Like, especially God, we're gonna get into so much stuff. I'm trying to stay on the COVID right now.
Right.
But it's just like, and then when I seen all the celebrities pushing the narrative, and oh my God, there was like the Zoom shit that everybody's using now. It was like a big investment in Zoom right before this shit kicked off.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And now Zoom is like the thing now. Everybody's using it. Saturday Night Live does their whole show Zooming. You know what I mean? It's a lot of business being done over Zoom. I want to say late 2019.
Schools too.
Schools are doing the Zoom. Like, so it's like, bro, there's too many coincidences. Like, it's so much shit that my brain can't even, like, condense it and just pick one thing to spit out right now. And every time I see something that has an official narrative, and it's everywhere at once, it's on every news station, it just dominates every time you look up, you can't help but hear it. That's when I know it's us. And when I say us, that's when I know it's man. That's when I know it ain't just no natural shit that happened. Because there was no catch up. It ain't like it fucking happened. And then everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? It was like something happened and then, hey, this is what's going on. And that's how it's been since the very beginning. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like there was no catch up point for us as the people. And my second question, bro, about the COVID specifically, do you think that this was, God, I just lost my whole train of thought. Do you think that the COVID-19 is just an excuse to change the way we live? You know what I mean? Like maybe not necessarily lock us down, but just to change the whole structure, like a reset kind of, to where on the other side of this, society's going to be completely different. The way we move around, security's going to be different. Like everything is just going to be totally fucking different. Like the way we travel, everything.
Man, my brain's going to go several directions.
That's fine. That's
to
fine,
answer
bro.
this one.
That's fine. I just did the same shit. This stream of thought, bro. It's all good.
Well, okay, because I think that there's many agendas going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, who pulled the trigger on this one exactly? Whoever pulled the trigger is other people already had some type of plan in place to take advantage of this type of scenario.
I believe that.
The good, the bad, the people in the middle, which I think there's only the bad guys and then the guys in the middle. They always say, oh, the black hats and the white hats.
Yeah.
No, there's black hats and there's like gray hats.
Yeah.
There are no, I don't really believe there's any pure good guys out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, as far as the ones who...
As far as the elite and the people who make these... Okay.
And so... But... For example, I think that both sides want to bankrupt the economic system.
Okay.
I think that's
just in the U.S. or just worldwide?
Well, probably maybe first in the U.S.
Okay.
and then the world.
Okay.
I think this is the global pandemic.
Yeah. Pandemic's a great word. I love that.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna name this
That
episode.
ain't the first time you've heard that, is it?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow, man! Now you're gonna make me really feel like I'm all like
No, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Like, I'm here to learn too, bro.
Okay. Yeah, the pandemic. Because so I mean you have the like what they're calling the deep state now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've always called it that, but that seems to be the word everyone's using now.
Oh, there's a lot of trigger words, and that's one of them, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like the deep state, definitely the black hat types. You know, the ones who, and oh man, see, and I haven't found out what you think about Trump yet.
We'll get there. We'll get there, bro. We'll get there.
Because this one might kind of tamper on that one.
Because he's been around so long, I've already like given all my opinions on him, and I refer to him as Resident Rump. That way, I won't get in trouble.
Okay.
Because if we say certain stuff, you can get in trouble for it. They can deem you like not a terrorist, but enemy of the state, all this other shit now. So
really?
I try to say either the number. What is he? 45.
Number 40. Oh yeah.
45, 44, 45. I think
those.
because I don't give a shit about none of these guys, so I'll say Resident Rump.
Okay.
You don't have to, but I'm just saying that's what I'm gonna do.
Right,
as the only black guy out here.
Yeah. Well. All right. Let's stay on topic because we're getting off.
Yeah. I said we're gonna go on a few tangents.
Oh man, I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
No, you good.
So I think that there are people though who want to do some good things with this.
Okay.
I really do think, and the more that I'm listening to all the crazy stuff on the internet and this, that, and the other, the more I really do think that this is going to be a good thing.
Okay, now when you say a good thing, just explain that a little bit.
Yeah.
The good thing for who? Like the average everyday man, or the people who run it who just want to corral us and keep us
it sucks
condensed and thinking and fearing?
Right. Well, I think it sucks for the people who die. And I do think there are some people who are dying, but not nearly what
they're telling us.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
So other than that, I mean, look, we're all getting paychecks.
We all getting crumbs of money that should already be ours.
Right, but
some of us are getting crumbs.
I'm getting more money being unemployed than I did having a job.
That's crazy to me. And we can, you know what? This is part of COVID too. Fuck it. Because I was going to like just stay on the disease part of it, but I forgot about the economic side of it. Okay, let's talk about the stimulus checks real quick.
All right.
Me, I don't know if I'll be getting one. My ex just got one. I know I had a friend who got sent one, but because of child support, he couldn't get the money. And I was struggling for work, looking for work for maybe 3 months. I got a job. All this stuff hit the fan. The lockdowns, the stay-at-home orders, all this stuff. Certain places had to close. This place got deemed essential, so I still been working this whole time.
Okay.
And so I'm seeing people make more on unemployment than I'm making working my ass off 40 plus hours a week. And I'm not mad at it at all. I'm just like, something is off with this.
Right.
Because if y'all got this money to give people now, where was this shit when people needed it? Before this happened. Because we needed the money before this shit happened.
Sure.
There's a lot of people who needed some genuine help. And I was one of those people, bro. Like for 3 months, I can't get food stamps because of this reason. You can't get not a grant, a loan, or all this shit because of this reason. It was all these little reasons. And now it's like, oh, here, we got something for you. It's like, dude, y'all have the money. Like, as much as y'all tax people, as much money as y'all pimp and skim off the top, you have the money to genuinely help people. I'm not saying take care of motherfuckers and nobody has to work ever again. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the 1,200 or whatever some people, again, I'll just say 12 because that's like the base number that they started off with.
Okay.
I feel like that could be given once a month. You know what I mean? That's not enough to live off of for anybody. You can't just sit at home off of $1,200. But I feel like that's something that should be happening, period. There's people out here fucked up, bro. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out here who are desperate and in need, no matter how they got there, no matter what their circumstances. Because I'm not the one who's like, oh, let's take care of the people who don't want to work. I don't give a fuck about nobody, really. Like, I don't really love this planet. I don't really want to be here. I don't want to be here. So it ain't like a bad thing. I'm not attached to that. But I've seen people, my ex, for instance, I was telling you about, who want to take advantage of the system, who want to live off of it, who don't want to work, who don't want to do shit, who don't want to strive. They just want somebody else to give them what they feel like they're owed. Fuck those people. But for the people who are really out here struggling, man, single mothers, the single fathers, the people who want to work, who are doing their damnness, there's money out there for them. This proves it to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what's your thoughts? Because I feel like that was my thoughts on the stimulus checks.
All right.
What are your thoughts on the stimulus checks? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is something that's sustainable and should not stop even after this goes away or after this is not resolved, but after this is figured out?
If I keep the traditional paradigm of thinking, then I would smell a setup.
Okay.
But if I put on my optimist hat and say, oh no, there's some good guys out there that are trying to do some good things with this thing and improve the system that we are currently under.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking, no, this is super awesome. This is like the first step of greatness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want it to be.
Right.
Let me say that because I know I sounded real fucked up a second ago. I want it to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just wishful thinking, and in a few months I'm going to be on the streets going, man, I'm an idiot.
No,
you know
there's
I mean?
nothing wrong with wishful thinking. My thing is like, we have people in power and people who run things and the decision makers who take advantage of our wishful thinking. They know that there's a lot of people out there who are optimists and who want some type of hope. I'm going to use, quote unquote, black people for an example.
Okay.
With the Obama situation. Bro, we seen this guy, because I was one of them at that time, before I took my feelings out of it and did some knowledge and some research, who was so fucking hype and so lit. Oh, it's a black guy. Yes, finally. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, even I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But then I had to stop and think about it. I was like, okay, there's black people who try to do less than what this guy is doing. Be the face of America. There's people who've done less and got their fucking heads blown off. There's people who've given speeches and preached and did all this good shit and got murdered for it. If this guy wasn't put in place, he would be dead by now. You know what I mean? Like, I noticed for a fact, just from the history of fucking America. Just the way that they do people who are genuinely going against the grain and genuinely trying to affect change. He gets in the White House. All of us are happy. Black people, we're fucking happy. We're hyped. We feel like we got a victory. Yes, it's one of us. Bro, the whole time he was in there, he pushed for the transgender people and the LGBTQ community. Nothing wrong with that. I feel like everybody should be left the fuck alone to do what they do and live their life the way they want to live it. I heard nothing about black people. We got murdered more. I even got a couple letters getting threatened that, like, if I don't get Obamacare, then they gonna penalize me on my taxes. Like, bro, nothing changed in my life. My struggle didn't change. There was no weight lifted off my shoulders. And once I got to that point is when I was like, this dude is not there for us. This is a token. This is for the wishful thinking people. This is for the optimistic people like me who need something to believe in so bad that I'm looking for hope now. You know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing, but they took advantage of it.
Right.
They took advantage of it. Even, and I'm not just going to say black people. There's white people, Asians, Mexicans, whoever who looked at this dude and was like, this is what the fuck the country's supposed to be. Where anybody can come from down here and get up here. But that wasn't the case with that situation. That was a very unnatural fucking situation. And that all ties back to, like, right now, when we were just talking about these stimulus checks. Bro, I feel like they could give everybody money anytime they wanted to. We got billionaires and trillionaires in this world. You don't need that. Jeff Bezos is about to be worth trillions. This is just one person, bro.
Wow.
This is one person who's worth more than a lot of countries. Like, he could destabilize a whole country's economy with just him. This is one guy.
Right.
And y'all don't have money. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, the stimulus checks for the people who need it and for the people who richly deserve some type of assistance, I'm all for it. But I hate the fact that they're forcing you to stay home. And that stimulus check for some people who got forced out of work, my ex, for instance, she had to, her job had to close down. You know what I mean? So she's furloughed, got to go on unemployment, all this shit. She got her stimulus check. It's in there somewhere. I need to call her and tell her. And it's like, she would rather have her job. She would rather be working full time than get that one-time check. I don't know the process of it because I haven't really pursued it. Like, when I pursue things like that from our government, I don't get love back. I don't get no help. Like, I just get read through a lot of shit till I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care, keep it. Right. I'd rather have a full-time job. That's just my own personal view on it, bro. But I do wish that more people was critical thinking about the situation. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with the money, bro, especially if you need a break. A lot of people needed this shit. It was a lot of people who working their ass to death and they needed to fucking sit down for a second and maybe spend more time with their family. Maybe fucking meditate. Whatever the fuck you're doing right now, a lot of people needed this rest. But I know more people who, they want to work, bro. Right before this shit started, before this lockdown started, like I said, I was looking for work. And I felt blessed that I found a place that didn't close down. And I just got hired full time, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'd rather have that than be stuck, you know what I mean, where I got to sit still and just hope these motherfuckers give me some money or apply for unemployment because I did that before and it didn't work out. I got to pay them back. Paying them back now. So it's like, I don't want it. I don't want nothing. Like, I just want all the shit that I work for, all the shit that I grind for. And yeah. So, you know, I don't know, bro. My thoughts is like, I'm not jaded, but I have so much knowledge in my head about the history of this country and the economics of this country that I don't trust a lot of stuff. Because it's like they got, and I'm going to say it just one more time because I know I keep repeating this point. They're giving out all this money, yet we don't have any money at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, right before this, all the economy collapsed, it's bad, we ain't got no money. There's no money. There's trillionaires and billionaires in this country. Yeah. You know what I mean? Our quote-unquote president, President Trump, is a billionaire. There's no money, though?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no money, though?
Disappear.
You know what I mean? There's no, but we get taxed every time we get anything, we get taxed to death. Millions upon millions of people, and we'll use these numbers loosely because we don't fucking know. It could be 500,000 people in the United States for all the fuck we know. We don't fucking know. All right. Where is that money at? So I feel like the money they giving in these stimulus checks, bro, is our money. That's money that they should have let us keep when they was taxing us to death. I had a check a few months ago, bro. They took almost $300 in taxes. But like, somebody in my position, $300 is a lot of money. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's people in the world who would scoff at that. That's pocket change. They probably spend that at lunch or just give it away as a tip.
Sure.
That's a lot of fucking money for me. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ, that's a bill for me. Like, that's fucking... I don't know, bro, because I could rant and rave about fucking money all day. I'm going to try to move on. I'm trying to be concise, but I like just having conversation. That's what I want this to be, bro. It's just us talking, bro. Because this is what we used to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what we used to do is just fucking talk.
Well, okay, you did kind of hit on taking into another direction of things, but you mentioned some things about people taking time off, which in my head that hints at the whole esoteric consciousness of society as a whole kind of a thing. Where, I mean, like for example, 9/11, that completely changed everything. One event, boom! Everybody all of a sudden is like,
We can talk
"Oh,
about that if you want to.
terrorists, and watch out, we might get killed by some guy."
Y'all gotta let us do this so we can protect y'all.
Exactly.
Y'all gotta let this problem, reaction, solution. Hey, this happened. Only way we can stop it from happening again is if y'all, hey, we gotta be able to do this, so you gotta surrender these rights.
Corona was 9/11 for the globe.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that pandemic word again, bro. Because you just said that now, it's just like in the front of my mind. Like, I like pandemic. That's a dope word because it encompasses all of this shit, bro.
Right.
And I do my best to not have confirmation bias when I'm searching information. I don't want to just look for stuff that agrees with what I kind of believe already. I do my best. Like, I'll watch Fox and CNN and all these shows that I know is full of shit because I need to have both sides of that coin. You know what I mean? Like, I need to have whatever. I want information that contradicts each other, that's talking about the same points.
The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's the only way I feel like we're going to be able to put this puzzle together and figure this shit out. We'll never know for sure because we're not in these rooms. But I do believe, just to kind of wrap up the COVID talk, and we can come back to it because this is like, pandemic is the name of this episode. So this is like, the whole theme is that I feel like this has been planned out maybe centuries, what we call centuries in fucking human years. Because they've been trying it, they've been pulling the trigger on stuff, and this one is the one that they was like, okay, we finally gonna do this shit. I don't know what the end game is, but I do believe that on the other side of this, society's gonna run a lot different. I believe it's a very specific reason why they wanted us to go home and stay home. Maybe they setting something up, maybe they building something, maybe us being out and about in the hustle and bustle would fuck up whatever they was trying to do. They didn't want us to see something, feel, I don't know exactly. But my life didn't change, bro. Like, I've still got to go to the store. I've still been going to work. You know what I mean? Because I started working right before this stuff hit. And I've been just going, handle my business, and then I'm home. So it wasn't no different for me. I'm always isolated. So it was like, but they got people, they basically enforced martial law without lifting a finger.
People put it on themselves.
Yeah, it's like, they just basically was like, you know, you guys just go in the house. Yeah. And everybody was like, we got to go in the house. And did you see how the divide and conquer is working in that too? Because you got people who are fighting and cussing out and threatening people for being out and about still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, bro, everything about this screams treachery, screams trickery, screams agenda to me. I don't know exactly what. I don't know if it's Agenda 21, which ties back to the population control thing. And
part of it.
Basically controlling us. But I know they've been shaping our brains and our minds for a long time. And I just seen them pull the trigger and like, oh, we got these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We got them. We can tell them to go in the house, they're going to go in the house. We can tell them, hey, be mad at your neighbor because they went outside. And we going to do it.
Right.
And it's like, what the fuck?
He doesn't care about people. Like, he's going to kill someone.
The people who created the problem and are the problem have convinced us that we are the problem. And it's working to... Oh, my God, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to... I keep going on these tangents, bro, but it's just... It's so much shit, man.
Well, because the thing about like 9/11, the boogeyman was those terrorists.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you're the terrorist.
Yep.
Maybe your next door neighbor's going to kill you.
He's not wearing a mask.
Right.
6 feet.
Yeah.
Like, bro, they're really the divide and conquer. Because think about it. Have you seen any footage of, like, police in large groups? Trump and them, fucking Resident Rump and them, giving their speeches and they little shit, and they're all together, grouped together. No protection. There's no 6 feet. So it's like, I thought everybody had to do this though. But you see groups of police, you see groups of militarized police all together. There's no separation, there's no, you know what I mean? None of the social distancing. There it is. The word wasn't coming to mind for me.
Sorry.
And that made me be like, okay, Okay, what do y'all? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is
Well,
going
have you seen
on?
those videos about the newscast people, and then they all of a sudden they start talking like they're off camera, and one guy tells the other guy, he's like, "Oh, you can take your mask off now. The cameras are off."
I can see it.
And then
I can believe that.
oh, you didn't know? Yeah, all this stuff is just a bunch of fabricated numbers. They're like, yeah,
believe that.
there is a virus, but like it's not as bad as what they're saying. We're just.
Yeah.
I see when I see a news anchor, I see an actor. You know, who's just they're playing a role. And I think they know it.
The
It's
world's
not,
a stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Don, I'm sorry, but like Don Lemon and that Chris Cuomo guy,
Yeah.
like,
And they're bad at it.
and he just like he kind of makes himself like trying to tear up, like, oh man, this is really just.
Especially Don Lemon, because when you see him like away from all that shit, he's just a wild gay party guy. Like he really is. Like he's like a frat boy, but he's openly gay. Like, he has I don't know if he has a husband, but I know he has a partner.
Okay,
you know what I mean. So yeah,
Anderson Cooper had a baby not long ago.
Yeah,
and I was like, isn't that?
I knew he was gay too.
Yeah.
I knew he was gay.
Like,
Which is not a problem, just for the record.
baby.
I don't care about, you know what I mean. One of the
sure.
people I loved in this world the most, and I miss dearly, was my Uncle Mike, who was super. Bro, if you cut him, he'd probably bleed glitter. That's how gay he was. And he laughed at that joke, so fuck anybody who gets offended. He loved that joke.
Oh,
But
man.
You're right, bro. It's so easy to see it when you critically think a little bit. Not, like I said, not go fishing for shit to be wrong or fishing for a conspiracy or have confirmation bias. But if you just step back, don't let your emotions be swayed by what you're being told. Don't let people tell you what to think. You see it clearly as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
There's even a video where it's like 30, 40 fucking newscasters and they show them like back to back saying the exact same thing. And then they play it all at once and they saying the exact same thing.
Right.
Damn near the same tone of voice, like the same inflection. And I was like, bro, that right there, that little small thing was enough to have me like, come on, man. And we don't, nobody else sees this shit?
Yeah.
Because my auntie's one of those people who watch the news, whatever the fucking news tell her, that's it.
Right.
That's it. Whatever Fox News say, that's it. They had her scared of BTK when he was running around fucking Wichita. And I'm like, Auntie, you in a house full of young black men. That dude is not coming in here. Like, trust me on that. Like, we probably got more arms on us than he does. Like, he's not. You're the last person. First of all, I don't think you're as tight. Because you're shaped like Oswald Cobblepot. But I don't think. I don't think he's going to come in here. Like, I think you're good. He's not coming to the middle of the ghetto to strangle you. Like, trust me on that. Like, he knows it's not going to work out.
Speaking of that, like, what are like the hoods of America?
What about?
Are they?
I'll be your ghetto correspondent right now.
Right. Are they adhering to this whole quarantine thing?
To my knowledge, probably not in most areas.
Because like I just like
probably
it
not.
Didn't make sense to me that.
And I wouldn't know for sure, bro, because I haven't been home. I'm from the north side of Wichita, and that is where I'm from is a very ashy part of town. For lack of, I don't want to say nothing too bad.
Much about
yeah, because this, you know, I'm from the bottom of the ghetto, bro. Like I grew up on the north side of Wichita. Like it's rough, bro. It's got rough parts. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
But to my knowledge, my people, where I'm from, the people I know for sure, bro, we don't adhere to too much of anything because we just so defiant from all the beatdown. From all the being told what to do and how to be and how to speak every day. And I can speak for me personally, bro. I don't have a problem with authority per se, but my whole life I've had people try to put me in a box. And then when I got out in the world on my own and was grown and people meet me and they see me and they're like, oh, thug, black guy. And they want me to be the stereotype. Whatever bias, whatever fucking preconceived notion they have, they want me to be those things. And then when they have a conversation with me or they see me in action or see what type of character I have, then they're like, either they love me for it or they fucking hate me because I'm not what they want me to be. It's like a lot of people want me to be a nigga, and I can't be. You know what I mean? So for my people, where I'm from, for the ghetto people, like, and I hate to say this, and I'll explain this later, for my niggas and my bitches, because I don't identify as a nigga. Don't want my own identify women as bitches. But for my people who are really from the ghetto, bro, we don't give a fuck about nothing unless we see something tangible that makes us give a fuck about it. So if you just throwing numbers at us, hey, you gotta do this because of these numbers. You gotta do this because of this number. We're gonna be like, man, we don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Yeah.
We've been fucked up out here.
Right, well,
we've been sick. We've been dying. We've been under attack. We still getting shot the fuck down. Like, so fuck you and your rules. Like, you're not doing shit for us, so who the fuck is you to come in here and tell us we need to do this and we need to social distance? Fuck you.
He just reminded
But that's
me.
just my, you know what I mean? I could be wrong. I hope.
You know, and you're like, oh, you do everything because, oh my God, he's gonna do this, punch me, this, what. And there's this one black dude in my platoon. He would, every time the drill sergeant would get in his face,
He right back into space.
no, he would just start holding back a laugh.
Oh, no shit.
Like he just, and I'm just looking at this guy, like, oh, dude, are you crazy? Oh my God, he's gonna kill you. Yeah, and he just,
Like, bro, this dude's not scary.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I see what he's trying to do,
Right.
but he's not scaring me. I'm sorry. He's just not. He's making
and
me
I was
laugh.
scared for him, and that makes him even laugh even more. And the drill sergeant was just like, you know, finally one day he's like, hey, you guys know how blah, blah, and I get in his face, and he just starts laughing. He's like, look, man, he just, after so many weeks of basically try to say, look, you guys need to recognize the game here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of the thing.
Yeah.
And but even then, I didn't quite get it. I was just,
So me saying what I just said helps you kind of understand that, and it took you back to that?
right. Because
Yeah,
of
bro.
like the same thing. All these numbers was like the drill sergeant, like in this
Yeah.
guy's face, and he's just like,
And he's like,
whatever.
bro, this ain't real threat. This ain't real,
Yeah.
like, this is nothing.
not
to me.
scaring me.
I've experienced worse than you. I've heard worse than what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
The character you playing, I've dealt with worse, like really dealt with worse. So So
Yeah.
that brother was like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever you done, we can do what we supposed to be doing, but you're not intimidating me because I'm like that, bro. I've had a lot of people, bro, I've got jumped because I had people threaten me with an ass whooping. It's like, bro, my parents used to threaten me with ass whooping. So you know what happened 10 times out of 10? I had to take that ass whooping because I was going to stand for what we believe in.
Right.
Now, that's not to say that all my people have morals and character and we're all stand-up people and we're all good people. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Right.
But I just know from personal experience of what I've seen most of my life that we have a natural defiance in us. A lot of us.
Okay.
A lot of us do, to where unless you give us something tangible that backs up what you're saying, or we can look at what you tell me something, I got respect for you. I know you as a person. I know your character for the most part. So if you was to tell me something, I would take it into consideration and I would probably adhere to it. Somebody I don't know or somebody I feel like don't give a fuck about me, tell it to me. Yo, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Get out my face. I don't want to hear what you're saying because you don't want to hear what I'm saying. So I'm not listening to you either. And that's probably what's going on. And I seen a house party in Chicago like maybe a month ago, maybe less than that, where it was packed. Packed, and it's supposed to be the social distancing and shit like that. And this fucking house was packed, bro. I'm talking about shoulder to shoulder, and it was in the hood.
Okay.
I mean, it was a big ass house somewhere, but it was still like a bunch of ghetto kids. So it was like, oh shit. So I think it might be like I just said, bro, that defiant streak. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's why the all of a sudden the news started coming out and saying, "Oh, black people are getting this"?
That's part of it.
Yeah.
But if you
Try to
notice,
scare them into obedience.
there's always an agenda, and it's always the media always tries to slant shit towards black people, no matter what it is. No matter, because you see white dude go shoot up a church, blow up a building. White dudes go burn down a whole town, go terrorize. I'm gonna just use Tulsa, Oklahoma back in the day. They firebombed this town, went and killed hundreds of fucking people, burned up all the businesses, just brutalized this whole town. That wasn't a terrorist act, though. We just gonna sweep that under the rug. That didn't happen. So white dudes
people
historically
died, most of it.
have been the most violent motherfuckers in this country. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a brother. This is just history. This
Right.
is just a fact. Like, you can look it up. Of course, if I'm in the hood and all I see is me, and I get in fights and shootouts and shit, of course it's going to be with more people that look like me. This is what the fuck I'm around. You ain't going to drop me in the suburbs and it be the same case. You know what I mean? But when you see these mass shootings and shit like that, shit is that Caucasian dude. You know what I mean? Like, but the news don't say it like that, though. They don't say, white men is tripping. Like, white men is, like, wilding out.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time, and like I said, I'm not trying to sit here and stand and cape for my people. But when you see black people, like, yo, fuck this, we marching, it's because something happened that triggered that and made us feel like, okay, we got to stand up now. We got to make this stop.
This also just ain't an American thing.
That's
I don't know
true.
if you heard about what's happening in China with this.
I seen a little bit, and I respect it. I respect it, bro.
Towards black people? in
Oh,
China?
no, not that. I didn't know that's what you was talking about. No, I hate that.
I was
But
like,
that brings you
man.
back to my point of how they'll slant it, and now it's black people's fault.
Yeah, well, okay.
Like, if the corona started in Wuhan, China, how the fuck is it Africans' fault now? It's black people's fault now.
Because I mean, okay, I don't want
And
to.
the irony is the Asian people are going through that here. How they treating black people over there, like, you can't come in.
Yeah.
No, we can fuck that. Get out of here.
Well, okay, for the audience out there, my wife's Chinese, and I don't think Chevy introduced me as a white guy, but I'm a white guy.
I think they could tell.
They just tell by my voice. Like, anyway, like for example, if I go to Walmart with my wife, or she goes by herself, she gets totally different.
Like a cold shoulder type.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Brian,
people looking.
She's like, you need to go with me. She's like, well, whenever I don't go there, people look at me.
I hate
like,
that, bro.
That Asian's probably got the coronavirus.
I fucking hate that, bro. Jesus Christ, I hate that.
Right.
And then most of the people that's acting like that look fucked up. They don't look like, you know what I mean? Like pristine, sterile ass people themselves most of the time. But that's that fucking bias.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me.
That
bro.
redneck kind of like, I haven't taken a shower in a month kind of like.
I hate that, man. Because if this thing is what they saying it is, all of us could potentially fuck each other up. Potentially. But like I said, bro, the whole time it's been going on, I've had no choice but to work and be out in the world. You know, now granted, Wichita was on lockdown, or if you went down there, you had to come back, do a 14-day quarantine. I haven't been anywhere to have to go through that. You know what I mean? Now, my ex has been to fucking Florida. Fucking, you know, she done been all over the fucking map since this shit started. She about to go to fucking Colorado. So it's like, when I see stuff like that, this stuff ain't real to me. Okay. I haven't seen anybody with it. I don't know anybody who's contracted it. Like, I was sick as shit either late December or early January or mid-January, somewhere in there, bro. 'Cause she came home sick as fuck. And this is before all her traveling. And I had like some respiratory shit. And I was in here fucked up, bro. And I'm coughing up shit. And I got the shakes. And I started this job, bro. And I'm at work so weak, I can't barely hold my tools. Like, I was fucked up. I thought I was going to die, bro, to be honest with you. I would get home and be like, God, please don't let me die in here by myself. And nobody finds me. Like, I was thinking like that. And then I'm seeing the shit.
Wow.
Well, if you take this medicine, it'll make it worse. I'm like, so how is everything bad for us other than this bitch-ass vaccine y'all trying to push on us? Like, everything else will kill you, like, but you got to take this medicine. But, like, as far, I don't want to get off track because you made a good point about the bias. I'm seeing a lot of Asian Americans, whether they immigrants or they family been there for generations, getting treated with the same bias that a lot of black people been getting treated with, that a lot of Hispanic people get treated with. And then over there in Asia, I have seen that shit about how they treating black people. No, you're not allowed here. You can't. And it's like, dude, really?
Yeah, well, okay.
Really? What the fuck?
I've got a French friend. Well, he's Bermuda. How do you call it?
From the West Indies, basically from the islands?
No, he's a black dude.
Yeah, but he's from the islands, though?
Well, yeah, but he's French. Well, he's from France, but his family
Oh, okay. You
comes
did
from
just say
the
France. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. And anyway, cool dude. He's like good basketball player. Not to be
course he
stereotypical
is.
or something.
Of course he is, bro.
Well, because he teaches little kids in China basketball and whatnot. Real cool dude. In fact, man. Okay, well, I'll keep off that one. We'll keep.
No, you good, bro.
on-
Man, just stream it.
Well, anyways, he sent me a video on Facebook showing McDonald's in China. Black people aren't allowed.
I've seen that.
I was just, what?
Yeah.
Really? You know, I mean, like I can kind of get them if it's in the news that black people are more likely to get the coronavirus. I could see the Chinese using that as an excuse to quarantine.
Yeah.
And they're just pulling people off the street kind of thing and saying you stay in your homes, or they're taking them to a hotel where they're quarantining people and like basically making sure that they don't go. Like, whoo! But he went to, I think it was him or somebody, I don't know if he had the video, if it was him, but went to McDonald's and there was a sign saying black people cannot eat food here. And he's just like, how can you do this? How, blah, blah, blah. And the people, and of course the workers are just like,
yeah, sorry, man, it's the rules. And you know what? The irony of that, the irony again is that the Asian Americans here are getting treated like that, and the black people in Asia are getting treated like that. And I'd like to tell that brother, you shouldn't be in McDonald's anyway. So fuck McDonald's.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty healthy person.
So they
too,
probably helped you out.
Yeah.
At the same time, they saved your life by not letting you eat that bullshit.
Yeah.
But, bro, it's not surprising to me because I've known, well, I can say I personally know, but the Chinese Americans that I've met that have been like well off, they have a European mindset. They have a colonial, dominating colonizer type mindset. They just don't look like Europeans. But they're all about that business. They don't give a fuck about nothing but the bottom line. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised that it was easy for them to take on some racist aspects and start treating people a certain way. Now, I'm pretty sure there could be a Chinese person from Wuhan, and they don't have a sign up for them. Like, hey, you got to stay out of here. That shit started in y'all place.
Right.
You can't come. That's not what's going on. And so it's crazy to me that people are using this as an excuse to be racist, to be bigots. It's like, oh shit, now I got a reason. I can justify this shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's a perfect example with Resident Rump with the Mexican shit. Had everybody hate Mexicans. Everybody hates Mexicans. Everybody loves Mexican food. Everybody wants to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but fuck Mexicans. Like, you love the culture and certain aspects of it, but fuck the people who are actually a part of this culture. And it's so easy for the news to get people to think like that. Yeah. And sway people to be like that. I don't get it, personally, because, again, I haven't seen anything tangible out of this. I'm not going to say it's not happening, because something is definitely happening. Something is definitely happening. But I haven't been anywhere to where them results is there for me, except for going to Walmart, and you got to walk in a certain way, and they recommend that you wear a mask. And I'm seeing all these people with masks on. But then again, I'm so used to people doing whatever the news tell them to do that don't surprise me. Like, because I wore mine just to wear it last time I went, and that was just because, this is a dope one. I ain't wore it yet, and I look like a black fucking Mortal Kombat character, so I wanted to wear it. And my buddy, I get in my buddy's car, he's like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "I just wanted to wear it." So I took a picture of it. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, I like how it looks, so I want to wear it, but I'm not wearing it because these motherfuckers told me to wear it, because I don't know. I don't know, bro. And then stuff like that, if it's as deadly as they say, there's nothing you can do. I think it's some Walking Dead shit. Like, where it's already in us, and all they gotta do is activate it. Or when you go get tested, they're giving it to you. Because, when I started, like I said, it came, and then it popped up everywhere at once. It didn't come in one area and it spread out. How it would naturally be. You can't tell me that, okay, one motherfucker landed in New York, gave it to 6 people. This person went to Florida. This person went to Kansas. This person went to Nebraska. I don't know how this shit spread out because it was everywhere at once. You had a celebrity in Europe. Oh, I got it. You had a celebrity in fucking Utah. I got it. You know what I mean? So it's like Tom Hanks was in Australia. Oh, I got it. How the fuck did he get to Australia? You know what I mean? If it went from China to here, like, bro, y'all trying to trick us and trying to convince us of some shit that I need more. I need to see more. And then this shit. Back to my point about this, because I misquoted it earlier. Bill Gates funded the Penbright Institute, which owns a patent on coronavirus. The CDC owns the strain isolated from humans. And it gets more in depth in that article, but that's what I was trying to say earlier. And when I see stuff like that, is when it pisses me off. That's when I get angry. That's when my fucking activist side comes out. Because I don't give a fuck if you so-called black, so-called white, Asian, Mexican, whatever. If you down here where I'm at in this economic class, and you just cannon fodder and you just a fucking slave for this economy, that should bother you. Right. That should piss you off, because we the ones that's going to affect the most.
And he, like,
you know what I mean?
Owns the WHO, the WHO.
Bro.
I mean,
historically, the World Health Organization, the WHO, is responsible for the rampant spread of AIDS in Africa. Like, every time there's some shit spreading and going crazy, it never happens naturally from what I'm seeing. Like, nature has a way of fixing itself and healing itself. Like, and I'm glad that I'm in decent shape. I don't eat or drink a lot of bullshit. And so I healed from that when I was telling you I was sick as shit. Like, I knew I would be okay, but it was just fucking me up because I didn't know what was going on. I've had the flu before. I've had colds and shit. So I'm like, this ain't that. Like, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm sneezing and coughing up this yellow shit. Like, I couldn't fucking really breathe, and I had to work. I had to go to work. So I'm in there trying to be strong and be tough, and it was fucking me up. But when I seen this, that there's a patent on this COVID shit.
Yeah, right? Like, that.
So it just happened out in nature, and y'all was like, oh shit, this is hot. Hey, this is ours. Like, is that how it happened? Right. Like, what's going on? Or did y'all develop this? Was this developed?
Yeah, that means so many different things.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like, which way?
It just makes me wonder. It's another thing that makes me wonder. And this isn't the only source I've seen for this. This is a site that I'm on. And nobody gets free promotion on here. Hopefully one day I get big enough. But I'll send you this link, bro.
Well, my grandfather, who's a he's retired now, but he used to be a private detective.
Mm-hmm.
And now, he's still alive, but he's had a stroke. He can't really speak too well. But anyway, we used to communicate a lot. And he was this old dude, always on 2 o'clock in the morning. He'd be sending emails, always in research mode. And anyway, he sent me one time. He told me that this guy he knows invited him to lunch. He said, "Hello, I just want to tell you this is the last time you're ever going to see me. I'm taking my family up, and we're leaving." Basically, he came out and said, I was put on a task to do some research, and then I found out that my research, the work I was doing for my research, was used to help create the AIDS virus.
I see a story like that.
And he's like, now that I came out, I just wanted to say goodbye. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Don't look for me.
I ain't mad. That right there is some heavy shit. Because that happens, I believe, constantly.
What if you just found out that, like, oh, by the way, this thing you were doing for 10 years, you helped kill a bunch of people?
I've seen that where in these institutions, it's compartmentalized. That's the right word. This person is working on A, this group is working on B, this group is working on C, and none of them work together. Yes, none of them work together. You know what I mean? But then A sends this shit over here, B sends this shit here, C sends this shit here, and then them motherfuckers who get all the pieces together do what they do with it.
Right.
But these cats down here, they in with us. We at the bottom, bro. We might even be beneath the bottom of the totem pole at this point, because if they was to look at society like, okay, who do we need? Who do we need to keep? They don't give a fuck about our intelligence, the type of men we are, that we fucking fathers or husbands. They don't care. Like, okay, can you serve a purpose for us? Can we use you? Can we tend you? Can you be like the battery for us, like the film Matrix said? If not, we don't fucking need you. You know what I mean? So I feel like right now, this is a culling of sorts. Is what's going on. I feel like, again, like you made the point of 9/11, there was some securities and all the shit that we gave up as people because we just so fucking scared. Oh my God, we don't know what happened here. We don't care. Take our rights. Spy on us. We don't care. Take all my data. Here, I don't care. This shit right here, and I just use the Zoom shit. But they can look in your house like, if you know this right here, I never use this shit, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right now, my mic is on with me, you record. Most of the time I go in there manually to turn the fucking mic off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust shit. They probably don't do nothing because they can get whatever they want. I got a phone, like, so they probably whatever they want anyway. And I'm not expecting them to care that much. But I just think like that now because of how they use things in beds. This one right here, problem, react, solution. Okay, here's the problem. Oh shit, we got y'all reacting on the moon. We got these fucking mice scared in our job. This is the solution right here. You gotta let us do this stuff. I keep seeing your videos talking about everybody gotta have the vaccine, and if you ain't got it, you can't work. Bro, are you serious? Are you serious, bro? You know what I mean? Like shit like that to let you know these motherfuckers just trying to execute it. And then again, I don't know anything, bro. I wish I did. You know what I mean? The 90s rooms. You know what I mean? I see that they're really wrong. It's hiring somebody who's going to be like the head of this vaccine shit, and then dude just doing a big pharma company, and it's like, big pharma just hustles drugs. They hustle illegal drugs. They don't sell medicine, they hustle drugs. Like, they did the same shit that me and my people in my family went to jail for. They just fucking legally do it. You know what I mean? They make billions. My ass made a few thousand doing drugs and went to jail. So I'm not knocking their hustle at all. I don't want to be honest with you. Yeah. I'm not doing it because I don't want to kill kids. I don't want to give kids mad at them and tell them. That's not what I want to do. Never mind, I take that back. Okay. This is a good question. This is a strong debate I've been seeing. Do you believe that this 5G network that's gaining all this popularity that's getting pushed to this next big technology advance is anything to do with this COVID-19 and the way it's spread, the way these symptoms are spread? And I ask you that because I seen that when they activated the tower in Wuhan, the 5G towers, a lot of the symptoms people was getting just by whatever energy, whatever radiation given out by these towers was similar to what they saying this COVID shit does to you.
Right.
It really fucks you up. You know what I mean? You get like flu-like symptoms.
Breaks down the immune system.
Breaks down the immune system. Like,
Yeah.
so do you believe that there's any connection between the 5G and the COVID-19?
So, I wouldn't say I'm 100% on that, but it seems, I mean, logical brain says, yeah, there must be some type of connection.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like why all of a sudden, because they've been talking about 5G for a long time.
Yeah.
And not that long ago, all of a sudden, boom, here it is.
At the same time.
You're right.
At the same time. That's what got me when I was like, at the same time, though? Like, 'cause they never stopped rolling it out and pushing it as this shit was going on.
Right.
Even my new phone I got, they're like, hey, this is 5G. I don't really give a fuck. Does the phone work? You know what I mean?
Like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, I get the
my
new
God.
cancer, nice.
Yeah. And I realized, bro, and like I said, I asked you that because of what I've seen about the Wuhan and those towers. And I've only seen a few articles on it. I've only read a few things about it. And it's hard to find that type of information because they're doing their best to scrub that shit. Like my uncle shared something on Facebook. And I noticed a new feature on there where Facebook can label it fake news if they want to. Like certain shit you share, certain articles, certain links, they can be like, this is fake news. We're taking it down.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, okay. All right, so no more freedom of speech. No more having your own perspective and thinking outside of what the official narrative is. Unless you sharing the official narrative, you're fucked up.
Well, it's kind of good. Like the white hats, gray hats. I think that some of the gray hats are trying to skip past 5G and go into 6G.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
6G is supposed to be a more bio-friendly type of technology. But
I just, I wish, bro, that the world had more people running things with empathy. You know what I mean? Because to me, empathy is that thing where you don't want another person to suffer. Because you know what the fuck suffering feels like. You know what that pain feels like. So you're not going to be out here predatory. You're not going to be a bully. You're not going to be out here. We don't care if this kills you as long as it benefits us. You know what I mean? Like, when you got empathy, you're incapable of being like that. Bro, imagine having a whole bunch of empathy and being a gangbanger. It's very hard for me, bro. I was the most terrible gang member ever because I couldn't, like, do certain shit without feeling bad about it. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And that's just like a small example, but I wish, because I do believe there are
do
people.
they deserve this?
Yeah. Bro, I had a dude try to kill me, and when it was my turn to try to kill him, I couldn't do it. I couldn't go through with it. My friends was mad at me, bro. I won't say our names, but y'all know who y'all are.
All right.
I had 3 friends come pick me up. I had just got jumped, bro. Like, I walked in this house. I didn't know I got set up. I called to get my hair braided. Was going over here to get my phone. My cousin set me up to this, the fucked up part. North side of Wichita, bro. This on like 12th, 11th, and Erie. I know you don't know where that is, but it's just, you know.
All right.
If anybody from Wichita listens, y'all know what I'm talking
Let
about.
it flow.
So I go in there. I get to the house. And there's 2 dudes outside, these 2 twins, who I think both of them are dead now. Or one of them is dead now. And they sitting outside, and they see me, like, get there. I'm pull up on a bike. I'm a teenager, so I ain't really thinking nothing of it. And I've been over here 100 times. These dudes are from another gang, but I grew up with these dudes. I know these dudes. We just had a party with these dudes. So I get there. One of them sees me and hurry up and goes to the door. And the guy gets to the door. The dude who opens the door, they look at each other. They say something to each other. And if I'd have been paying attention and been suspicious, I would have noticed. I need to probably get the fuck out of here. Because it was like like he looks over dude's shoulder at me. It was like, oh, okay, bet. And so the dude who went to the door steps in and immediately steps to the side. So I just walk in behind him and fucking dude clocks me right in my eye. Soon as I walk in the door, bro, like rings my bell. Did you feel that? Like I'm talking about rings my fucking bell, bro. And I have no problem saying it. That dude clipped my fucking wing with that one. So by the time I get my bearings, bro, and open my fucking good eye, I'm in the kitchen. And the kitchen's maybe like, probably from here to that door, it's about 5-6 feet, not very far.
Okay.
And I'm looking on the fucking little silver panel on the refrigerator, like, did this motherfucker just hit me? Like, what just happened?
Right.
Like, what the fuck just happened? But my eye is like, on some Scooby-Doo shit. My eye is like swelling up immediately, bro. It's so fucking, I turn around and the dude is standing like maybe 2-3 feet away from me, kind of like in a defensive position, like ready to square off with me. And I'm like, bro, did you just fucking hit me? Man, you one of them dudes that jumped what the fuck was dude's name? I don't want to say any names, man. I'm gonna go ahead. But he's like, man, you don't want to jump one of the homies. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. And honestly, I don't give a fuck that you just hit me. Because I don't care if it's a house full of y'all. I don't care. Who the fuck just hit me in my face is all I'm thinking. Because if you just hit me, I'm about to whoop your ass. Yeah, I'm probably about 16, 17. Dang. But, bro, I've always had the heart I have. Like, you see me, like, stand up and be myself no matter what the fuck is going on. I've always been like that, even to my own peril sometimes, to my own detriment sometimes. But, long story short, dude fucking keeps coming at me. He says something else and I just hit him. So me and him start fighting, bro. And we in the kitchen whooping the shit out of each other. Like, I'm not really winning, he's not winning, but we just banging each other.
Right.
Next thing I know, bro, it's about 7, 8 more dudes coming there. Now I'm getting hit from every fucking angle. People is grabbing me. All my shit. I don't know how they beating the shit out of my pockets. Like my fucking Black and Miles fall. My fucking weed falls. My blunts fall. Like my wallet fall. They're whooping my ass, bro. These dudes is whooping my ass. And the only thing I'm thinking, when you getting jumped, do not get knocked down. Do not get knocked out. Don't get knocked down. Because then you probably ain't going to survive. One of their friends that just got jumped and stomped out and died. So this is why they're angry. I don't know this, though.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know how long this fight goes on. Not very long. Eventually, I just end up getting in the corner and just covering up. Like, fuck it, you can break a rib, you can kick me, whatever, but y'all not knocking me out. So, I'm just making sure you ain't doing that. He broke my nose, my fucking eye is closed. I'm fucked up, bro. By the time they done, I got like a fucking puddle of blood in my feet. Front of my clothes is fucked up and bloody. We get done. The dude whose house it is, which is a guy who was my friend who I grew up with. We're not friends anymore, of course. He's like, man, shit, you got to get the fuck out of here. I'm like, bro, your dude just whooped my ass. Like, why are you mad at me? And my cousin who set me up, she comes in there and sees me. And she's like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. I'm like, sorry. Nah, you knew what the fuck was going on. And I'm like, bro, you going to send me outside. All the dudes who just jumped me is outside now. You know what I mean? Like, so I got to walk outside. You know, I don't have a gun, a knife, nothing. I just got my hands, which clearly didn't serve me too well. And I forgot what the fuck started me on the story. I forgot. Jesus Christ, I just lost my whole fucking train of thought again.
Oh. Wow.
Because, like, when I start telling these stories, bro, I kind of start reliving it. And I start seeing it again and feeling it again. So I'm kind of, like, getting like, I can see him now. God, I don't remember now.
Or I think it even happens to Joe Rogan.
Empathy.
Yeah, empathy. So this dude,
Yeah, this dude, the one who hit me first. Fast forward, I don't know how long later. Maybe 2 summers, 3 summers, something like that. But I'm in the county. Now I got like, you know, I'm super Billy Badass now because I don't give a shit now and I'm stronger now. So I'll break your fucking jaw now. But I get in a fight, get locked down, get sent to another pod. So I'm in my pod on lockdown, like in my cell on lockdown for like 3 days. And I'm in there doing push-ups and shit, reading. And I look out the fucking, you know, got a little sliver of a door, a little glass on the door. I'm looking at it, watching the news and shit. This dude comes in, skinny black dude, gold teeth, and I get mad, like, immediately. I get, like, furious, bro, immediately. Like, my guts start, you know, when you get that adrenaline rush, like, do I fight or flight? I get that immediately. But I can't consciously remember who the fuck this dude is. I can't connect the dots. Where do I know this dude from to be mad at him? So the fucking dude, the whole time I'm looking at him, I tell my homie, like, cuz, who is that? He's like, I don't know. You want me to find out? I was like, nah, I'll be out in a few hours. I'll find out myself. But I'm looking at him like, he's like, what's up with you, bro? I was like, man, I know this dude from somewhere and it ain't good. But I can't place it, though, because remember this night I got jumped? I didn't really see these dudes.
Oh, okay.
Like, I stepped in, dude clipped me. I looked at him for about 30 seconds, then we started fighting. So I didn't really, like, get a good look at anybody.
Right.
I found out who they were afterward by name and all that shit. So I get out the cell. Dude is on the phone. And for, like, a day, I'm just watching this dude. Like, I'm going to find out who you are. It's a reason that I feel this way towards you. It's a reason. So, fucking, I hear him on the phone, and I'm listening. And then my homeboys find like, that's, Whoop-de-whoop. I don't want to say his name. Okay. I don't want to say his names, bro, because I don't know, like, the statute of limitations on the other shit I'm going to say.
No, I got you.
So, it's like, okay.
I was really thinking that was his real name for a second. I was like...
So, we sitting down eating probably the next day after I finally figure out who he is. And somebody else, not the whole night, bro, I'm like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. This is the dude who snuck me when I first walked in the house. This is the dude who hit me, like, initially, the one I was fighting before I got jumped. So I'm like, It's just you now. Nobody's jumping in. Nobody, because my
knows
people
you
ain't gonna
from the
jump.
get-go.
No, he didn't know. He didn't even remember me. And I was more offended, like, dude, y'all whooped my ass, and none of y'all even remember me. Bro, I walked past a few of them a few times.
Yeah, that would be offensive.
When I went and was like retaliating and shit, none of them knew why. None of them remember who I was, what I looked like, none of that shit. They knew my name, like my street name, but they didn't know me. So it's like, y'all really did that shit for nothing. No empathy.
Wow.
So at this time, I'm a little bigger than
Following
dude.
orders.
Yeah, I'm a little bigger than, no, just for nothing. One of their friends got jumped and they need an excuse to fuck somebody else up, even though I didn't do shit. Oh, well, you look like whoop-de-whoop. I'm not him, and y'all know that. If you don't know me. You know him, so how did you mistake me for somebody you know? Like, it don't make sense. You just fucking lying. So we sitting at the table eating. Somebody said something to me about, man, so what's your issue with dude? And this is one of my people asked me this because he want to start something. Dude is sitting like right here, basically, about 2 seats down. I'm like, that's one of the motherfuckers that jumped me, bro. Remember that shit I was telling you about? The dude looked up. Hey, man, you tell your brother and them, man, I ain't got no problems, man. I'm just trying to get home to my kids, man. Everybody mad at me because they say I'm a snitch because they trying to give me 40 years, man. But I'm just trying to go home to my kids, man. Look, I ain't got no problem with you, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like, that shit should have never happened, bro. I'm sorry. Like, he get to, like, apologizing because it's, like, me and 3 other people who got my back. But I'm like, bro, ain't nobody gonna jump you, man. You can go in my cell, though. You ain't got nobody's helping you now. Like, so if you want to do this again, we can go in. Man, I ain't got no problem with you, bro. I swear to God, man. Like, I'll leave the pod now, man. I ain't got no problem. I just want to go home, man. Please, man. I'm sorry, bro. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, this motherfucker is genuinely terrified. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and half of me is like, who gives a fuck? Whoop his ass.
Right.
But my other half, the spiritual side that I'm trying to manifest and who I really want to be is like, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. Because he genuinely don't want to. He's not just saying this. Well, part of it, he's saying it because he don't want to get fucked up.
Right.
But he really don't want to do nothing. Like, so if you be the aggressor and be the bully, that's going to be karma for you. That shit going to come back around. That shit happened. You retaliated in certain other ways before y'all both ended up here. Let it go. So my homie like, oh, what you want to do? Like, I'll drag him in there right now and let you whoop his ass. I said, fuck it, bro. Fuck it.
What karma be is.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Because whatever he got going on, I told him I don't give a fuck about you or your kids. Like, that's on you. Whatever you going through, I don't really give a fuck. Fuck your kids. Fuck you. Fuck your mama. I started blowing a little bit, like going crazy, you know? But still, that other, my empathy was like, I don't even want, I don't care no more.
Yeah.
Like, all the anger, all that shit just went away in an instant, bro. And that was, I know that was a long ass way to get back to empathy, but.
No, that's all right.
It's hard for me to tell those stories without having something sparking it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But I wish people had more empathy in this world. The shit you just told me about the people in China, I understand if, like you said, if you want to protect yourself, or you feel like, okay, we have to protect ourselves from certain elements. Not certain people, but from the sickness. What's the best way we can do it? I'm not mad if that's really the best way you can do it. You know what I mean? But it feels like that's just a justification for some prejudice that was already pre-existing.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
shit you told me with your wife. Come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, that shit bothers me to my core. Like, how can you... Man, we out here going through it just like you. We out here at the bottom, you know what I mean?
Right.
Suffering and going through it and trying to survive this shit just like you are.
Well, yeah, the ignorance of it is what kind of gets me too. It's like, what do you think that like all Chinese people are just sitting around huffing coronavirus all day and going, let me find some white people.
That's what they think. Yeah, let me go look at a white person.
It's time to get my revenge. You know, fuck your railroads. We're gonna tear them up too. You know, take them back.
Bro, it's funny to me because, like you said, bro, people are fucked up. I've had some fucked up person moments, and I'm disgusted with myself. But I realize a lot of people in this world are never disgusted with themselves. They never had that moment of self-reflection where it's like, damn, was I an asshole today? Was I a bitch today?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't have that, and that I think that comes back to empathy. Because, like me, bro, I haven't seen an Asian person through all this shit and been like, oh, shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've seen people, period, and been like, okay, I never know I don't know what's going on, so let me be careful as much as I can be. But every day I have to work in close proximity with people. I don't know where they've been outside of work, in and out of town. We had a guy go out of town, came back, and they asked us, hey, have you been to any of these places? since this shit started. And he's like, yeah, I've been to Wyandotte County. I think that's Kansas City somewhere. And they was like, okay, well, you got to go home and do 14 days self-quarantine. So he got 2 weeks, you got to go sit down. You got to go home, man.
Well, okay. Same pattern of what you're talking about, but flip it over to the positive side with that same exact pattern.
Always. Let's do that.
All right?
Always. Because we did get super dark. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
We went down Ghetto Ave.
So, I'm in Germany. Yeah, if you can, just
Sieg
talking
Heil.
to you because you always call me German, or
Sieg
used to.
Heil. I mean,
Sieg Heil.